Okay.
Hey girls,
Hello.
Hello.
nice to see you again, Sunita. Nice to see you, Sony.
Nice to
Thank
see
you.
you.
Same here.
It looks so freezing cold in Nepal.
Oh, yes. And especially, I'm suffering from cold, so this monkey cap. This,
So you're inside with the cap and the big
yeah.
jacket and so on. It reminds me of last year. I went to Nepal in December. No, first time I went in September, so it was not too bad except in the mountains. But then I went back in December. Oh my God, I was dying, and the cold water in the hotel and so on. I said, okay, December is not a good time for Nepal. But
Okay.
anyway, thanks so much, girls, for making the time to chat with me, and Sunita for bringing in Sony. So you're both members of WIMA Nepal, the Women
Yes.
International Motorcycle Association, and you're quite a new chapter. And Nepal is a nice addition to this international group, and I was super happy to see that. So Sunita, you're the president, and Sony, you're the treasurer.
Treasurer, yes.
So first, tell me, girls, can you tell me what brought you to motorcycling in the first place?
Sorry, what brought me to motorcycling? Okay. So first of all, like all other women, it is basically the need for like commuting from one place to another on regular basis, and it was quite uncomfortable for me to travel two vehicles and local buses to reach my office. So I bought my first motorcycle before like 10 years, and since then I'm traveling in my bike, and I'm like I love riding, so I'm riding on it, and it helps me like it has increased efficiency of my work, I would say. So like many other women, I guess many other women are also into motorcycling because of this thing only, rather than any other reasons.
So the need to be able to be mobile in the city and to be able to go to
Yes,
work and move around,
Yeah.
right?
yes, yes, yes,
And you,
yes,
Sunita?
Yeah, of course, as Sonidhi said, firstly, that's the need for women to reach the destination, firstly. Yeah. And another is like, for me, motorcycling has always been a very, my own passion that makes me more enthusiastic in motorcycling.
mm,
But so you said rightly that it's true in Asia overall. Having a two-wheelers, a small bike or even a big bike is useful to move around, but it's not that common in Nepal. I
Yeah.
mean, the
Yeah.
women ride their own bike, so I've seen their passengers very often. But maybe it starts to change, but it's not very common to see them ride their own. So, what are the challenges?
Um, yeah, so in Nepal, if I have to talk about the big bikes, it's not so much common in gents as well. Um, Maybe that's because of the price. Firstly, economically, it's very expensive here. Even for the lower CC, we have to pay a lot of money for the bike and as well as for the tax. And secondly, is like we omens are like in this present situation, we can see most of the lady riders who can ride the bikes, but still they do not get chance to ride the big bike. Is like yeah, it's firstly of course the economic condition, and another is uh, uh, there is a saying that by being woman you cannot do that, you cannot do this, so because of that mostly ladies are even like from the beginning they are like scared, no, with the things like, oh no, I won't be able to ride this big bike, cc bike, something like that, and yeah, maybe because of that.
And
Yeah.
what bikes do you ride?
So I have a scooter with 110 cc.
Yes.
And so maybe
And also, it might be the reason of women not being financially independent. It might also be the reason because even if she wants to have a high cc bike or some luxurious bike, then she has to ask it from their husbands or their father or their brothers. So that might be the reason. And who are like financially independent, they manage to afford as well. Some of them has been doing that. And yes, and for higher cc bikes, for like luxurious bikes, it is always the cost is very high. Even the normal scooter is very expensive due to different taxes that government has levied on. And that is and except that the higher cc bikes also has high maintenance. So this might be the
Some limitation, yes. And so you girls, how did you overcome those challenges? And so you ride a scooter as well, Sony?
yes, I
Okay.
ride scooters. And yes, and that is also like only when I started earning money, I got my own bike with my own money. So, and there is no need for me to like worry about the maintenance costs and fuel cost. So that is when I bought it. And this is what happens to normal women in I guess women who want to ride bikes, I guess.
Okay. And so how did you meet each other? How did you meet each other, and what motivated you to start a WIMA chapter in Nepal?
Actually, we met in an event that was organized by Nepal Automobile Sports Association. And it was Racenari, I guess. She was the participant. She was participating in the race, while I was helping my friend who was also the member of NASA Nepal. And they were organizing it, so I was just helping her. And then I happened to meet this I mean Sunita. She stood second, I guess, first runner up. She was the first runner up of that race.
second
So
one, right?
meet like that. And after that, it was decided that we should also start a NASA women chapter, women commission, and for which also works as like an umbrella organization for women who are into motorcycling or even four-wheelers riding. So that is how that small commission was formed, and we both, Sunita, I, and including my friend, are the member of that commission. So we made like that. And
And
about
yeah,
yes.
about WIMA, what motivated you to start, to first then to start this woman commission? Why did you feel it was needed? What did you want to achieve by having this woman commission, and then taking it a step further and joining the WIMA network?
And yes, it was like when uh, when there are some like some kind of rallies. We need to organize some kind of rallies that is especially for women. There was no there wasn't any good team to work or organize that event, or even inform giving information to the women who want to participate. So that is how the idea came, like why not let's form an women commission which deals with all this. Because NASA as a whole is not NASA as a whole works for the whole team, I mean men and women as well. And as we all know, there is always a kind of domination, I mean, from male side. So it is thought that at the time that women commissions should be formed, so that all women riders can come together and develop a network, and which also give opportunities to exposure of women. So that is how the idea came. But again, um, it was really hard for like managing managing all the people, making them come together to come together in one space and working together. So but there is still NASA Women Commission is still there. And then that at that time we are like we heard a lot about this WIMA world. And this was that international group which is also in motorcycling. So we thought, why not, let's start a Nepal chapter, and let's do it. And then this is how it started. And NASA also supported to get us into this. So this is how it all started.
So what do they provide any specific support, NASA or WIMA? How do they help you, or how do they support you in encouraging more women to ride?
Actually, NASA is like a governing body, which is also like a governing body for WIMA as well, WIMA and other like motorcycling clubs and all. So yes, NASA has been supporting a lot. And talking about WIMA World, they have been we have been talking a lot about supporting us. So maybe we will soon receive any kind of that kind of support. Maybe like making it like a riding hub, or maybe that is all in, I mean, because of this COVID, we are not being able to conduct any kind of activity for now. And we just joined we just formed WIMA Nepal during April 2020. So it was
2020.
already that COVID period, and we are not being able to do anything. So, and future we are planning in future we are planning to do some events.
Okay, nice. So tell me, do you have any specific plans in mind? So what ideas do you have? What would you like to do? So I know that Sunita, you've been teaching yourself. You were teaching other women and men as well how to ride bikes, because you said you, of course, you need to have the money to buy the bike, but before you buy the bike, you also need to learn, right? And you need to be exposed,
Mhm.
and you need to see other women riders. You need to see that it's possible. So do you have any specific plans or projects for WIMA that you would like to share, and that you might need specific support for?
Um, yeah, of course, like as you said that to learn the if you want to write, you must learn it. Yeah, and for that, uh, according to my experience, most of the people in Nepal do not want to spend money in learning. As I feel that because if my parents want me to ride, then they will buy the scooter or bike, and they will teach by themselves instead of going to some institution or learning the rules and regulations and all that. That is my experience. Yeah, and whoever comes to learn in the institute or somewhere else, they mostly who can afford easily. Yeah, the people who can afford very easily comes over there. And of course, even who can ride but still they want to increase their riding skill, that type of people goes to the institute. And but now the traffic rules for the license has been changed than before. Like before it was very simple for simple process to get the license, but now there are different steps. to pass out for the license also. And for that, most of the people register to the institution, but not for the learning and for to increase their riding skill, just to pass that thing. So for this, to talk about the support, of course, if even I am interested to teach someone else, I'm scared that I won't be able, because back then I was working as a staff member in their property, in their space. But now if I have to do that, firstly, of course, I don't have the proper space, I don't have the scooters or bikes. And of course, without safety, I won't be able to teach them, because before, when I worked as a safety instructor. I must follow every rules and regulations for the safety. So yeah, so to talk about the support, of course, from the place, from the bikes, from the other infrastructures, yeah, we have to plan each and everything for that. Yeah, but I would be happy if I got again the chance to instruct any of the riders. Uh,
So do you
Even
think
he or she is the beginners or the defensive one.
defensive riding, yeah. So do you think that if the classes were cheaper, or if you were able to provide free classes to people, then there would be demand? Like, because you said people don't really want to pay to learn. But if it was free, do you think there would be a lot of demand of people willing to improve their skills, and or women in particular to come to learn how to ride safely? Because we have the same problem in Malaysia, you know, with riding school. It's the same. People, they go, they learn to pass the test, but that's it. But then some women, they take a scooter, they take a small bike, or they take a big bike, and then they go in the traffic, and then they get scared because they don't have the right skills. They've not been taught how to ride in the traffic, how to anticipate risk, and they get scared, and then they don't want to ride anymore. That happens too, you know. So do you
Yeah.
think that in Nepal, if classes were provided like more cheaply, then there would be interest and people coming to learn?
Yeah, of course. Um, I think the number of people will get increased if the cost is cheaper. Um, and of course, as I already said, that the person who can pay easily, who can afford, they will pay as much as they can. They do not care about the cost and all. If they have to learn, they will learn it anyhow. But for the people who won't be able to afford, they will think about the money, they will think about the time, they will think about the duration, everything. Yeah, so if it is cheap, then of course, for the independent women also, it will be very easier. Like suppose if there is someone who is working for her day-to-day life, suppose I can take as a single mother. Yeah, he she is working for her son and daughter. For her, the ride is very important, but she won't be able to afford to learn firstly. Yeah, so like that we can increase lots of lady riders, yeah, for or the woman, if we can train them in a cheaper way or cheaper price. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a very fair point. So, I mean, again, that might be something worth discussing with more international organizations. Like I know in, okay, again, Malaysia is a bit different because it's a little bit more developed, but still, I got some people who sponsor women to ride, you know, and you know, I mean, I also this friend in India. She has this school for women riders, and there are organizations and NGO which sponsor because they realize that mobility, physical mobility for people and women in particular, can make a big impact on their life and really allow them to access economic opportunities, to feel safer, you know, to be able to move around, and so that might be something really to discuss, definitely. And well, I wish my business was making enough money to be able to to sponsor you girls, but you know, who knows? That's in the plan. But yeah, A very good point. And tell me as well, like, what do you enjoy most about riding? So on a different topic and more on the group rides that you do. So I know that you regularly ride together. This morning you were on a ride together.
Yeah.
So what do you enjoy most when you ride together?
Well, it is always good to spend some quality time with the like-minded people around you, and going there and in a group, and like having some tea breaks in the on the way, and having some little chats related to, especially since we are related to this WIMA organization. We are always talking about how we gonna do this, or how we are gonna we are our plans. We discuss our plans, and even if there is some important things to discuss, or we organize some meeting, we'll just take a ride, small ride, and just sit in a tea shop and just discuss those things, and it is quite cool. It's fun to ride. It is always fun to ride with like-minded people.
And do you usually just ride amongst? So how many WIMA members do you have now? How many members do you have?
Actually, we have 15 like 15 active members, and we are expanding, and they are from different zones, so different places, and one of them is from Pokhara, one of them is from Dhangari, and Dharan. So it
Different
is
parts of the country, yes.
different. Yes, yes,
And
yes.
in
So
Kathmandu Valley, for example, when you do those rides together, usually how many women are you?
normally 10 around, and normally we are core our core members are like 5 people. We go around 5 people. We are 5 people, and if there is some kind of like heritage ride, there were 10, and we are still working on increasing those numbers. And basically the core group, the close group is 5 people, 5 girls.
That's quite a big group, and so I was wondering, when you talk about those tea shops, it always reminds me that was my favorite part of the ride. When I was riding in the Himalayas, I couldn't wait for the tea stop with the little biscuits in the masala tea, so nice.
Yes, yes. That is
But
interesting. Yeah.
yeah, I really loved it. So tell me, because it's still quite a small group, like five. Imagine five, a woman alone on their bike, riding for fun and arriving in those tea shops in the Kathmandu Valley. What is the reaction of people when they see you? It's not very common.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they just look at us like in a surprised way. What are they doing? There are some kind of program is going on or something like that. They just look at us in a surprise. But still, there are in Kathmandu, this riding culture has developed so far, I guess. So people are very much going on a ride, like it's not like us in an organized way, but still there are people, they are going on a ride. So riding culture has so much developed. So still, if there is only girls, 5 girls or 6 girls, only girls are going, then they will just look at us like in a surprised way. Oh, why are they these girls doing? What are they doing? Yeah, that is the reaction of people we get.
Yeah, because I'm asking these questions because, again, things might evolve very fast. But I remember one day, it was in Kathmandu, and I was chatting with a woman from a friend. It was a family member of a friend. And we were chatting, and she told me, "Oh, I really would like to go out with you. But like a woman, when we go outside on our own, and especially if we are married, we are looked down, open, like people, they look strange on us because we're not supposed to go out alone." So I was really surprised because that's Kathmandu, that's a big city. And in the rural area, I felt that the women were more free so to speak,
Mm-hmm.
you know. So I was really
Yeah.
surprised, and that's why I'm asking you. Wow! So imagine if a woman in the middle of Kathmandu, you know, she's a little bit worried of the looks when she goes out on her own. Then imagine like young women riding bikes. But I guess it's a question of generation. Like, can you see any, like, are there any changes in society in Nepal for women that you can see, that you can really, that you experience yourself?
Yes, like you said earlier, there is still that type of people as well, and the traditional mindset is still not changed, even though there are so many things happening, so many things has been told, like women's are equal, women's have this right, right, and all those things, and that are just that are there, and government also has given those things, but still in practical life, in or in the mindset of people, it is not there. So yes, what you have said earlier is like there is always especially for the married woman, there is always like some kind of barrier. Whenever she goes out, she has to think twice, and take permission from others, take permission from their family member, husband or in-laws. And then even if going out, then she has to worry about how people are judging me. If I talk with someone, I would be judged by this thing or not, or something like that. And this is not about being in the urban setting or the rural setting. This is all about the mindset of people, I guess. And being like even nowadays, the mindset of people has not changed completely. So yes, this the problem is still there.
Yeah, the reason that in buying the motorcycles by depending upon parents also, yeah,
Yeah.
brothers gets very easily, but sisters gets like, no, you don't need it. If you want, then your brother will drop you somewhere.
Yeah. This is
Get
the
something like
scenario.
that.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, that's why women needs to be independent very much.
So
Yeah.
basically, what you're saying
I
is that
have.
if you have your own money, then it's the only way that you can buy your own bike, and then you don't care about what parents say, because then you can buy it yourself, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I first wanted to buy a bike, the first thing my dad told me was, are you capable of doing the maintenance thing, and buying, I can say, buying fuel for yourself? It was what he said. And yes, and then I didn't buy my bike at that time. So only when I was able to buy the bike myself, then only I bought it. And yes, like Sunita said, before that I used to ask my brother to give me a lift. And while going to office also, I have to travel in two local buses, and which was quite uncomfortable, changing two buses. And the local transportation in Nepal is not quite good. So it was those things that made me buy my own bike. And yes, after buying it, the efficiency has been increased, and I feel so much liberated. I feel so independent. I'm so much like free. I'm so free to go anywhere. And time management skill has increased. And this is what um, yeah.
Yeah, time has been upgraded.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Time management skills.
Yes.
I didn't think
Yeah,
of
all those, yes,
yeah.
you all the time, you have to spend a lot of time in traffic. Otherwise you'll have to spend a lot of time in the traffic. So since if you have your own bike, own vehicle, then you can just manage time for other stuffs as well.
Yeah, it's true, but it makes me laugh because I remember in Nepal, even with my friends who all ride bike, and we would meet somewhere, we would have a meeting, and they would say 1 hour or a certain time, but it's 2 hours later, they would come 2 hours later. And I was like, come on, guys, you're not taking the bus, you have your own bike, time management, time management. I was waiting for them for
Yeah.
hours, like, yeah. But anyway.
Yeah. That is also, that is the personal problem, I would say. That
Yes,
is the
yes.
personal problem. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. So tell me,
Yeah,
girls,
and
yeah,
it might also be the reason that, okay, I have got my own vehicle, so I can reach there at any time. So, but then if there is traffic, you can still get stuck in the traffic, even if you're riding a bike. So that might be the problem.
yeah, very true. So tell me, girls, what would you tell to, there might be some girls and women who are watching us who feel like having their own bike, but they don't dare, or maybe they would like to join WIMA, but they are not sure they can, they have that. What would you like to tell them to encourage them to save money, to buy a bike, to join WIMA, or to attend one of your events? What would you like to tell them?
So, firstly, for the who are interested to join WIMA, for them, I would like to say, if the person is so much interested in the motorcycling, let's say in the motorcycling, it's and every events like the race, rallies, or any other events that will be held in motorcycle, they can come to us and join us. Yeah, and yeah, of course we will be doing many more events as if we will be able to go with the flow. Yeah. Now, for now, we are just doing very short rides within Kathmandu, but in future we will be doing more than this. Different kind of trainings, different kind of competitions, different kind of events. Yeah, that's it. Sunbi.
And yes, I like to say, those who are willing to get into the motorcycling, yes, you really need to get into motorcycling. And because I have already told, it increases your work efficiency, and you can become like independent. You can go anywhere, even if you're just a housemaker. Then also, and just word is very bad for it, I guess. Even if you are a housemaker, then also, if you can, if you are into motorcycling, you ride a motorcycle, then lot of time you can save your lot of time, doing lot of time, which that way you can also get some quality time for yourself as well. So that is why I would like to encourage all the girls, all women, to like have a motorcycle, and smartly spend on the motorcycle, so that that can increase your efficiency. And about joining WIMA Nepal, yes, this is a sister organization. We are like we all sisters come together in one network, so we can help each other. Not only it should not always be like riding thing only. That the network may work as for any purpose we can use it. I mean, for empowering women, or for like encouraging them to do something on their own, for by helping them, or by showing them some ways that can also be done. So and if they are on our network, then it will be good. And if we get some kind of like exposure, opportunities of exposure, that can also be given to them. We are like Yurisa told, we are organizing different kind of trainings, so that also may help them to expose themselves in the outer world. So yes, I want to encourage all the women and girls into the motorcycling, into women, okay, WIMA, Nepal.
Thank you very much, girls. So you're right. Motorcycling, to be independent, to have some quality time, and to
Yeah.
connect with an amazing community of women riders, not only in Nepal, but also internationally,
Yes.
and gain exposure and open our minds and hearts. Thank you very much for your time. It was great chatting with you. And as I said,
Thank you,
I'm so
Alison.
sad I couldn't come last year to Nepal as planned. But yeah, fingers crossed, I still have my flight ticket for booked anyway. So as soon as we can travel, I hope to bring a group of lady riders and meet you girls, and
Wow.
that we can ride together.
Wow,
Take
that
good
sounds
care.
nice.
Thank
Thank you.
stay warm. Take good care. And yeah,
Okay,
send you
thank you.
lots of kisses and hugs and warm weather from Malaysia. And let's chat again soon. See what we can do together. Okay.
Okay, thank you, Alison.
See
Thank
ya.
you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.